You are now live.
Good morning, but I can't start without the, do your job, Mike. Okay, we're good, we're connected, everything's good. Okay, good morning, everyone. So we're switching it up a little bit today for the live. We got here nice and early this morning. We've already been filming, so we thought maybe we'd try a new location for this, especially because today, as you notice, I don't have a model here with me. She is changing and getting ready for our videos later. And since today we are only going to be talking about how to retail like a pro, we figured we would switch it up, have the products, and have me in a different location versus having a model. So you guys let me know what you think about it being here or better on the other room. But anyway, so today's live is all about retailing like a pro, and I'm pretty qualified to speak on this because I do own a salon in Riverside, and we actually do a lot of retailing of Unite products, but I would say that I'm also not very good at selling. So people think that goes hand in hand, but I just don't consider it selling. It's more like making a referral to a friend. So you wouldn't want to hold back or gatekeep any like information you had with your friend. So you kind of have to think of the same thing with your client. And I know that we all get in the zone of like just getting the hair done, but clients are often asking, you know, what are you using? What are we doing today? Why are you using that? And I just think that's a really awesome opportunity to take the time to educate them on why you're using what. And once you do that, I promise they're going to want to take it home with them because we're all using it on our hair at home. So I feel like they would do the same thing. So what does that look like for me? So one of the best things I think about Unite is the scents. So every client, when I've shampooed them, now they're back in the chair and we're going to comb it out. I always use the 7 seconds detangler because it really just makes my life so much easier. But the best part about this is as you're spraying it on, the client already notices the smell. So typically they're gonna be like, oh my gosh, what is that you're spraying in my hair? Which is a perfect segue to, oh, I'm using the 7 seconds detangler and then listing all of the things that the product can do. So it's gonna detangle your hair faster, it's a heat protectant, and so on. And then if they're like, oh yeah, I wanna try that, the next step is making sure you have it on the front desk ready to go. Because if you're like me, it's like out of sight, out of mind. And they said they wanted it, but by the time they get ready to go, check out, if the product's not sitting there, I'll forget. So I've got a little stalker here. Anyways, so that is one tip. Like, have the product ready to go when they're already interested in it, then it's there so you don't forget. Because there's nothing worse for the client. They get home and they're like, oh shoot, I forgot to get the product, and now they're ordering it online versus getting it from you. So another question I get asked a lot in the salon is like, okay, where do I start? So for sure the 7 seconds, they don't want to buy a whole line right away. They just want to start with 1 or 2 products. The first products that I always recommend are, one of these and then the 7 seconds. These products are like staples. You just compromised your hair with color or whatever service you got done. These are going to ensure your hair stays healthy. So I figure like every client really needs to have that. They want their hair to dry faster and be healthier. So these are always good ones to retail. And again, I use them before I even start cutting or blow drying or anything. So easy to talk to the clients about. And if you don't know, these can be used on wet or dry hair. One is for like thicker, medium hair. You can use it on all hair types, but if they have lighter hair, I definitely go with the Blonda oil. It's specifically formulated for blondes or anybody with finer hair. So those are the differences between those two. Mike, are we doing good? Is there questions or anything?
Great. No questions
Okay.
yet.
The other thing I think that helps me sell in the salon or retail is making sure I know the products inside and out, which is obviously easy for me because I've been working with the brand for a long time. But I think there's nothing worse than, if someone gives me a product, I might hate it if I don't know what I'm supposed to do with it. If you use it the wrong way, then that's when you're going to get clients bringing products back. And that's never good. So you're the expert. Make sure you know the product in and out so that you're telling the client how to use it, which is like a big plus. So part of that with Unite, is this in frame?
It is.
Okay. Part of this with Unite is the color coding of the bottles. So if you're not aware, the black on each bottle is, that color is for wet hair. So anything that you see on the shelf that has the black writing, you know is gonna go on wet hair first. So for me personally in the salon, I start with the 7 seconds, then I go to the U oil, and then the next step is going to be some sort of wet hair styler. So if they have curly hair that I'm smoothing out, I might do laser straight. If I'm just doing a blowout, it's blow and set. And then another thing I like to do is cocktail these two together. It makes the smoothest blow dry, but it also has volume in it. So this is a really good pro tip, is using both of these products before you blow dry. Both of these smell amazing. Also, it's gonna be a talking point to the client. They're gonna be like, oh my gosh, what is that? And then the products work, so that helps that. So black is wet hair. And then anything with the maroon is a finishing. So you're gonna use this on dry hair. This is one of my obviously top sellers in the salon. I think it's a top seller for the company as well. This one also is very easy, user-friendly. When your client is facing the mirror and you've got done curling their hair, if you guys are the mirror, if you tilt their head over and you spray this like at the root, while their head is facing that way, and then you rub it in, when they come back up, they're gonna instantly see the volume in their hair, and they're gonna smell the product, and they're gonna be like, whoa, yeah, I definitely need that. So these are little tricks, like you're visually showing the client what it's gonna do, so then they're gonna want to recreate that look at home themselves, especially when it's instant results like that. So this is also a great, easy product to retail that I feel like every client needs. And then also a couple little things that we do in the salon, at my salon anyways, is we price match. So, you know, Ulta's having a big sale, wherever is having a big sale. If they bring that into me, I do, you know, my best to price match it. I mean, there's some exceptions, but typically we price match because I don't want products sitting on the shelf. It's better for me to get people using the product. So I think price matching is a great strategy. They don't have to go to another store that way. They could just pick it up straight from you while they're there. And I know some people don't do this, but I do not a money back guarantee, but like I guarantee the product. So if someone goes home and they use the product and they're like, yeah, I didn't like it, then they come back in and tell me what they didn't like, and I will exchange it for another product that they will like. Typically they're using the product wrong or too much, and once I kind of show them that, then they keep the product. I think, again, I've owned a salon for 10 years now. I think maybe I've had a handful of people bring products back. It almost never happens, but the second you tell them they can do that, then they're like, okay, she really believes in this product, otherwise she wouldn't be offering that. So I think that's a good strategy as well. You doing good?
Great.
Okay.
Almost 10 minutes in.
Okay, perfect. So the color coding definitely helps. 7 seconds is, this is another easy retailing hack, so to speak. Most of the line is broken up into systems. So this, for example, is the 7-second system. So if your client is booking to come like every 6 weeks and they don't want to buy all 5 products in one day, they can easily break it up into appointments. So they're like, okay, yeah, I want to have, you know, shiny, healthy looking hair. Well, that's going to be the 7 seconds line. So they start with maybe the 7 seconds detangling spray the first time. And then when they come back, they can easily just go down the line, shampoo, conditioner, glossing spray, and so on. So they feel like they're completing a whole system that's going to be perfect from their hair from start to finish. So I love that about the product line, that it's easy to you're not like overwhelmed with products. You're like, okay, I have curly hair. I'm going to go straight to the curly hair product and use that whole system. Another good thing is just like, there may be products that do multiple things, but it's really good for clients when you just have a one answer. You know, they're like, I have extensions and it always gets tangly down here. Okay, well, my solution for that is the U Dry Fresh. This product is like an unsung hero for extensions. It's adding moisture to the extensions to add the shine. And make them soft again. So if someone tells me it's a common complaint that their extensions are kind of like getting tangly at the nape of their neck, this is the cure for that. There might be 5 other Unite products that also do that, but this is my go-to, which means like they had a problem and I just figured out a solution, which is like the goal, right? So if you don't know, pro tip, this U Dry Fresh is really good for extensions. And then same thing with like dry shampoos. When I get done doing a blowout, I oftentimes will do the dry shampoo on their roots before they even leave my chair, because the dry shampoo works better like proactively. So you don't want to be putting it on hair when it's already oily and dirty. It's better to put it on when it's clean. So then in the salon, they're already seeing me doing that. And then they're like, oh my gosh, my blowout lasted a week or whatever. And then they're going to want to come back and know what you did. So I sometimes think the pro tip for like retailing like a pro is just to be talking about what you're doing. I know for me, I'm friends with most of my clients now, so conversations go all over the place, but we don't want our clients only going to the internet to get their advice, because it's better they can have like one-on-one advice with the person who knows their hair best. So I think if we just take a minute to remember to add that in, like, oh hey, I really wanted to tell you the reason your blow dry lasts so long is because we're using these products, which is prepping it for longevity. And then again, if she's like, oh my gosh, I have to use that, then it's already sitting on the front desk. This isn't like a pressure sale, like you have to buy these. It's just there, you know? And then the best thing about the dry shampoos that Unite has is they all are clear. So black hair, blonde hair does not matter. It does not show on the hair, which I love. So that's a good tip about that. Yeah, so I think the key takeaway with, you know, retailing like a pro is you're not really like, don't think of it as you're trying to push products or sell to your client. You're carrying it in your salon for a reason, or you're carrying it in your station for a reason, and typically that's because you love the product. So if they're not hearing it from you, they're going to hear it from some teenager on TikTok. So it's better to come from the expert, and that way you know that your work is going to be looking its best while it's out there in the wild, because they're using all the same styling products that you are. So I love it when people teach me about what they're using or wearing, or whether it's skincare or hair care. And so you're just sharing the knowledge. So I think if you could just like switch your mind a little bit so you're not like making a sale, you're helping a friend, then that really, really helps. And I know the retail environment in salons has like completely changed from when I started 10 years ago, but we still sell a lot of product. People, if you're price matching and you're using the product and you're talking about the product, they don't want to go home and figure out how to order it themselves when they could just leave with it, you know, right there. And then most product companies give you perks, educational perks for selling the product. So, or back bar, or, you know, whatever. So if your client knows that when they buy it from you, they're actually helping you out, then why on earth would they want to go buy it somewhere else unless they were getting a better deal, like a way better deal? So that's where the, you know, price matching, you know, comes in. So I just think it's about educating your client and sharing the love about something you already love. So, how'd we do?
Fantastic.
Okay, everybody's ready to go sell some product to our friends now. So like I said, this is a different live today. We were just doing a quick little tutorial or help, I guess, for people that are wanting to sell more products, like little takeaways of how to do that. We're gonna make some videos now, but if you would like to catch our next live, It'll be with Gary. It's on April 21st at 10 a.m. and it's going to be about layered protection. So if you have any questions, this video is going to live on the website as well as on our Instagram feed. Happy to answer any questions if you're watching this later. If you have any questions about the color coding or the products I mentioned, happy to help there too, or any questions about retailing in general and why I love it. Yeah, feel free to send us a DM or comment under the video. So hope everybody has a good rest of your day, and we will see you on April 21st.